on what this forensic pathologist determined was the cause of death.
What did he find?
He characterized it as a textbook case of suffocation. And in the defense world, when you read something like that, you're like, uh-oh, we're done. Because when a forensic pathologist makes statements like that, those are very strong words. And so at that point, we better figure out if this guy knows what he's talking about.
Reynolds began digging into Dr. Gill's past. He tracked him from Oregon, where Dr. Gill lost his teaching job at a university, all the way to Indianapolis, where Dr. Gill got his first full-time job performing autopsies. So he hadn't been a forensic pathologist before?
No.
And he goes to Indianapolis, where they let him do autopsies?
Yes, and a lot of them. He did hundreds and hundreds of autopsies. I started to focus on Indianapolis, and all of a sudden my world opened up. He had been arrested and charged with drunk driving on his way to work early in the morning. From there, it was story after story about his incompetence, stories about his failure to make proper diagnoses, deaths of children, which are the most horrible things anybody should ever have to live through. And he was messing those up. And so these families were just ripped apart because he couldn't figure out what he was doing.
These scandals led to Dr. Gill being fired, and so he headed west to a job in Los Angeles.
Dr. Gill was failing miserably in Los Angeles. He could not do competent autopsies.
And that's when Dr. Gill found a job doing autopsies in Northern California for the Forensic Medical Group.